Samar. It is the third largest island in the Philippine archipelago. It is the second largest remaining lowland forest in the country. Exposed to the northeastern monsoon, Samar Island enjoys abundant rainfall, relatively high temperatures, and high humidity. This tropical maritime climate with no dry season makes the island an environment that supports an incredible assortment of wildlife. The abundant rainfall also supports the headwaters and upper catchments of Samar's many river systems and watersheds, vital to the communities around. The island's remaining forest cover and its biodiverse dependence represent the species diversity of the Philippines. Samar boasts of fantastic endemism and is considered as one of key biodiversity sites of the world.
It's a well-managed protected area. It's a world-renowned, natural park. Shall I say, it's the biggest park insofar as the country is concerned. Imagine covering an area of 350,000 hectares, a very, very, Herculean task for everybody.
In 1989, after a series of floods attributed to the denudation of the forest, movements to preserve the forest cover was initiated by civil society, leading to a moratorium on commercial logging. In December 1995, Western Samar Agricultural and Resources Program, together with several non-government organizations, proposed the Samar Island Biodiversity Project, or SIBP. In 1996, a presidential proclamation created the Samar Island Forest Reserve. In 2001, the Samar Island Biodiversity Project was officially launched, with major funding support from the Global Environment Facility of the United Nations Development Program and with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources as the lead implementing agency. In the first phase, the Samar Island Natural Park was established following the National Integrated Protected Area System Act, or NIPAS Act, a law that provides for the establishment and management of protected areas in the Philippines. The second phase was the development of the General Management Plan, the backbone for the creation and implementation of future programs, projects, and policies that are crucial to the sustainability of the natural park.
This General Management Plan should be converted or adopted by the respective local government units using or in the formulation of their respective forest land use plan. Ito namang forest land use plan will be part of the comprehensive land use plan of the municipality. And in turn, ito yung magiging Bible nila. Ito yung economic nila. Ibig sabihin, pwede nila itong i-sale sa mga prospective investors, no?
Ang involvement was really to make teachers aware of biodiversity conservation issues, how they can, participate in broadening the awareness of to people of the biodiversity issues in Samar Island.
Monitoring and research were conducted, which indicated an intact natural system. Restoration and rehabilitation activities were also carried out in some areas in order to enhance the habitat, watershed, and other ecological functions of the SINP. Awareness campaigns through surveys, adoption of flagship species, development of module integrating conservation concepts to the primary and secondary curriculum. Teacher trainings and public displays were carried out to heighten appreciation by the local communities and the general public of the importance of SINP to gain broader support for it. Community volunteers were tapped as the integrated resource for the protection of the forest.
Ang impact niya pagdating sa awareness ay talagang mulat na yung mga tao kasi hindi kagaya nung araw. Pag kumuha ng forest resources, akala mo kanila yung forest. Nakikipagtagisan pa yan sa korte. Pag kinakasuhan, hinuhuli. Hindi naman natin masabing perfect yung forest protection activities na ginagawa ng Summer Island Biodiversity Project. Meron pa ding napuputol. But then, at a minimal rate na lamang.
SINP as a protected area is inhabited by several communities beyond the buffer zones. They rely on forest resources for their subsistence.
A community is very important because they form part of the park. May mga communities tayo eh. May barangays, may municipality pa nga tayo within the park. Ahipapad, Maslog, San Jose de Boan. Pero yung tatlong yun is within the core zone. So kailangan sila ma-involve kasi may mga economic activities sila dun eh.
The social impact brought by the SINP needs to be considered together with its conservation objectives.
Ang pinaka-problema dito is charcoal making, and it's an illegal act and people get away with it, and we're losing our forest actually because of this community activity. So charcoal making daw and timber poaching are two of the biggest challenge ng protection and conservation ng Samal Island National Park.
To work towards these goals, the SIBP reached out to facilitate the creation, strengthening, and expansion of people's organizations.
Inidin nga area namon adtuan ay waray pa ini ka kikita gud nga nakalalangan pwede mapagkakitaan nga kuan pa ini nga legal. Anamon mga baloto adto ginagamit to itong amon mga pambut yan ang ginagamit namon yan na adto kargahan nila ito adto mga legal activities sa mga forest. Yan ang ginbuhatan ni sa INPI. Ginidevelop kami, ginorganize kami, nagkaada kami ng mga training. Imbis nga maghakot niran mga kahoy, di nila maghakot na lahan mga bisita. Maupay pa ng pangita, baga nakakakuha pa kami ng ibang nga tao. Yan, malipayon pa kami. Labi na akong may datip.
So dyan na kapartendin, kami kayo organize mango. Mga piyo nga mga may mga open track record, nakakaabil yung mga programa din at labi na national greening program. Kami yan na may namon NGP, bali kuan 25 hectares. So nakakaabil gyapon ng mga tao. Katapusan paghimon mga bariw, mga ratan, products. Tapos mga danay catering services, at least nakakakuang gihapon itong mga labi ng mga kababayan. Tapos sa BP, sa dyan na gin-operang kami kontratan po trail. So dako talagang pagkakaiba once organized, nakikilala man kamo.
To foster an attitude of stewardship in forest edge communities, land tenure agreements were granted to qualified applicants. Residents were encouraged to adopt non-destructive and sustainable forms of livelihood, and market links were promoted to help improve their economic conditions.
Sa gihapon nga nakikita ko ang sinisiring nga social enterprise. Kasi ining sistema nga social enterprise, kundi nagmamanage an association. So kaya nga mga panahon, an association dapat siring pa may da pakabuhi para masustener ining trabahoon han association.
One form of livelihood with great potential is ecotourism. A viable source of income. Ecotourism is an opportunity for residents to act as stewards of the environment and champion the cause of conservation while creating sustainable livelihoods.
sa akon pagkita, ang turismo, marurubala dahil ni basta diri kami gumios. Pero kung padayon it amon paggios din mga tour guide, mapupud na namon it karuba kay habang nakadto, bagan amon manghiyap na kikitaan, may gihapon nagkakalat or bisan lanod ging kukuha dito. Kanuna pa hanwaray pa kami tour guide. Pero yan waray na kay na diri ko man lang tutugutan ngadto nga waray maapod na guide.
Somehow, when they arrive nga doon ira lugar and when before hira gumikan, namamalit man na aning mga gamit. So, I think in a way, na-open up na ira mga huna-huna nga there's something para haira hining ecotourism.
Adagod kami nga, sa gihapon kami nga magproteher dito amon river kay kung dirit namon pag upayon bangin mawarayan lawat kami bisita na.
The success of SINP is dependent on the stakeholders, local government units, various government agencies, academe, scientists, non-government organizations, and the communities. These multi-sectoral groups are represented in the Protected Areas Management Board, or PAMB, the policy-making body of the SINP. By conducting public consultations and discussions, they help formulate solutions for an effective and efficient management of the protected area. These activities supporting the SINP must not end with what has already been done and accomplished. There is a need for continuous effort to sustain conservation.
Kulang pa ang in terms of reaching out or enhancing yung kanilang knowledge at saka appreciation.
I am afraid the Protected Area Management Board may not even meet anymore because there is no more fund.
To date, with an area of 333,300 hectares and a buffer zone of 125,400 hectares, spanning across 3 provinces, Samar Island Natural Park is the largest terrestrial integrated protected area of the Philippines. Samar Island Natural Park as a protected area can succeed as the country's lead model in biodiversity management and sustainable development. But to further this cause will require the passing of SINP Act into Congress.
The final steps in the establishment of a protected area is through the Act of Congress. The implication is that it also carries the financial requirements for the park, yung mga kailangan na pundo para ma-implement yung management plan. It would take another Act of Congress to revert back its land classification category.
Without proper legislation, there is a danger that we will lose SINP's rich biodiversity even before we can fully study and understand it.
We need specific and very detailed forest resource assessment in the area. We need to have a detailed study on the totality of the forest resource assessment, which was not done within the period from the very beginning of the park.
Yung biodiversity na hindi pa nga natutuklasan kung ano ang benefits. Hindi pa nagagamit yung benefits, mawawala na.
Diri dapat pala ngayon sugaronan, pagpreserbahan, hayop hakaguguban. Kay nakita ko na habang natika iha itong panahon, natika ubos liwat hira.
Kailangan na buligan naton ang gobyerno, especially ang tulong ng probinsya nga maipamulat sa tao. Hindi titignan yung puno as something na peso value, kundi titignan siya as a function.
They are beginning to confirm the existence of subterranean rivers. Ito nga underground environment, amo ito't host it atong potable water. Can we afford losing clean potable water? Can we afford losing our lives? Hiunong lahin atong negligence.
Our challenge today is to secure this nature's sanctuary for the survival of future generations while sustaining socio-economic growth. We need to integrate biodiversity and ecological issues and concerns into our policies, strategies, programs, technologies into our way of life. It is our opportunity to pay it forward for the generations to come. A chance to prove that humans, if we choose to, can be reliable stewards of the environment.